Hey guys, it's your average middle-aged American back again with another reaction video. This one is going to be on the top 5 castles in Spain. Gotta tell you, I just spent like, I don't know, 6 hours on a Rick Steves video that got copyrighted. So that was nice. So I'm trying to figure out how to not do that. Anyway, that was on cathedrals in Spain. So if you've got any good videos on cathedrals in Spain that aren't heavily produced by giant travel companies like Rick Steves, put a link down in the comment section if you don't mind. I'll just go on a little rant here. Reaction videos are fair use if they're done properly, and I think mine are done properly. And properly means you're adding something to the original content. I don't just play a song and then say, oh, I like that song. I watch a video, I react during the video, I react before the video, I react after the video. It's fair use by definition. Let me tell you how YouTube does this. If you get a copyright block, okay, which doesn't affect your channel, but it affects the video, then nobody can see the video. If you can then say, hey, I think this is fair use, and then it automatically gets rubber stamped no. That's just common. So it's pointless. Then you can do an appeal. But here's the kicker. If you do the appeal and you lose, which most of the time you will, then you get a strike against your channel. So it's a system that's not great, in my opinion, for this situation. No big deal when you spend 30 or 40 minutes on something. It's a big deal when you spend 6 hours on something. So, and you don't know. I just wish, honest to God, I wish they just put it in the description. You know, this is copyrighted and we are going to rubber stamp you no matter what you do. You know, let's just avoid the situation instead of ruining everybody's day. All right, enough ranting and raving. This one is on 5 best castles in Spain. Let me know if you got any great videos for castles or cathedrals in Spain or any other European country for that matter. And we'll go from there. We'll take a minute. Thank you guys. We're up to like 733 subscribers, I think, which is fantastic. And started the channel about 6 months ago. Can't thank you guys enough. I've learned a ton. I learned something every day, even days I don't watch videos. I learned something just from the comments. I read every single comment. If it hasn't translated properly, I cut and paste it into a translator to read it. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate our discussions, travel tips, you know, discussions on the differences in cultures and different countries and policies, and sometimes a little politics. Sometimes I got to defend America or correct some misinformation. Sometimes you guys have to do the same with your country. It's all great. It's all educational. It's all entertainment, and I love it. So, enough jibber jabber. I haven't seen this video yet, so we can watch it together, and let's do just that.
Bienvenidos to our journey through time as we explore the top 5 Spanish castles every history fan should see. These awe-inspiring fortresses have withstood the test of time and continue to captivate visitors with their rich history and striking architecture. So dust off your armor and sword and let's embark on our countdown. Starting off our list at number 5, we have the Castle of Loarre in the region of Aragon.
Look at that view. I mean, I get it. The castle's weathered, but look at that view. I mean, that's just amazing. Can you just even imagine waking up in the morning and going and sitting at your little table next to the window, drinking your coffee, or in my case, your Coke Zero, and just looking over your kingdom, basically. What a life.
This impressive 11th century fortress was built as a royal residence and a strategic military stronghold during the reign of King Sancho III. With its stunning Romanesque architecture and commanding position overlooking the Huesca Valley, the Castle of Loarre is a must-see for every history enthusiast. The castle's numerous towers and walls offer a glimpse into the medieval way of life, with each part of the fortress telling its own story. Explore the crypt, chapel, and keep, and learn about the castle's evolution over the centuries. Don't forget to take in the breathtaking views of the surrounding countryside and marvel at the ingenuity of the builders who crafted this magnificent stronghold. Taking the fourth spot on our list is the iconic Peniscola Castle in the Valencia region. Constructed in the 13th century by the Knights Templar, this fortress is renowned for its striking position on a rocky peninsula jutting out into the Mediterranean Sea. Over the centuries, Peniscola Castle has served as a Templar stronghold, a royal residence, and even the refuge of Pope Benedict XIII, the so-called anti-pope. The castle's exquisite architecture, coupled with its stunning panoramic views of the coastline, offers an unparalleled experience. Don't miss the opportunity to climb the castle's highest point, the Pope's Tower, for a breathtaking view of Peniscola and the surrounding sea. The fortification also serves as the backdrop for several film and television productions, including Game of Thrones, further testifying to its timeless beauty and charm. Securing the third spot on our list is the Alcazar.
That's a castle. And I know it's hard to grasp the scale of things, you know, one may be a lot bigger than the other or whatever, but that's an amazing shape. They've obviously spent a lot of money restoring it and preserving it. There's just so much to see. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I figure Europe, you know, you hit the big ones. England, France, Germany, Italy, maybe Ireland. You know, that's kind of what I think of when I think of Europe. Sorry, Spain. It wasn't really on my list that much. My parents have been to Spain a couple times. Matter of fact, they're getting ready to go again. Spain and Portugal. But that's just what I thought. I figured, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks. You could see a lot of stuff in 8 weeks. No. No, you can't. You know, when we start slowing down, heading into retirement, we plan on going, a couple weeks at a time. Or, I was thinking 3 or 4 trips. You could see quite a bit. I mean, I'm sure you can, but you still got so much more to see. You know, I started watching these videos where people have actually moved over. You know, I watched one of them, you moved to Spain, and they haven't even seen all of Spain, and they live there, you know. Or you move to Germany. You could be in Germany, live in Germany for 5 years, and you don't see everything that, you'd like to see. Really surprising to me. It's quite the transformation for my brain in the last 6 months, just learning more about Europe. I'm far from a European. I definitely don't have European culture. I prefer t-shirts and shorts. So It's not like I've completely changed. But I definitely can see the appeal. I can definitely see the appeal.
Alcazar of Segovia in the Castile and Leon region. This iconic castle, with its fairy tale turrets and dramatic cliffs, is said to have inspired the design of the famous Cinderella Castle. With a history that dates back to the 12th century, the Alcazar has served as a royal palace, military fortress, and even a prison. Explore the royal chambers, the Hall of Kings, and its impressive armory as you immerse yourself in the rich history of this enchanting fortress. Discover the intricate details of the castle's architecture, from the ornate ceilings and frescoes to the stunning stained glass windows. Don't miss the opportunity to climb the Tower of Juan II for breathtaking views of Segovia and the surrounding landscape. At number 2, we have the remarkable Castle of Bellver in Majorca. This 14th century fortress is unique for its circular design and boasts stunning views of Palma and the surrounding coastline.
Now, I guess like the last one, it was right on the side of a cliff and, you know, it was protected. This doesn't seem that protected when you have like streets running around it, you know? I mean, the guys could just drive there and then park and climb the wall and you're in. Silly American. Was that filled with water originally? Is that their moat? And if so, I wonder why they didn't just make the outer wall just a big circle. Seems like it was almost harder to do it the way they did it than just make it a big circle. And you know, I've designed a lot of castles in my life, so you know, I'm just saying. Pretty wild, pretty cool. Love the courtyard. See, this is the kind of fortress I'd like, where you just have all your entertaining and everything in the middle of it. I don't even need windows. They just put cameras all the way around and put fake windows in the house. That way you can't even break through the window. This would be a great place to live. Phil, no windows, all security cameras, and then you just put LCD panels on the inside of your house that look like windows. Serious problems, right? I'm kidding. Well, I'm half kidding. If my wife was into it, that'd be pretty cool. I know. Nuts.
Coastline. Discover the castle's rich history as a royal residence,
That's cool.
prison, and museum as you explore its well-preserved chambers, courtyard, and towers. Wander through the castle's well-maintained rooms and admire the impressive craftsmanship of the sculpted archways and stone details. Be sure to visit the on-site museum, which houses a collection of artifacts and information on the history of Majorca, offering a fascinating glimpse of the island's past. Finally, claiming the top spot on our list.
All right, I got a question. Serious question. A very important question. So, structurally, I mean, this thing is as sound as it gets, it looks like. No gutters? No gutter system for rain? Does it rain? It obviously rains in Spain because there's, you know, that whole lyric. The rain in Spain rains mostly on the plain or something. I don't know. Anyway, so it looks like basically you're just going to have a 360-degree waterfall when it rains. So let me know if you've been there or you know anything about why they wouldn't just put some kind of a gutter system in there so it doesn't just rain right into the courtyard. Because eventually that rain, if it doesn't have some kind of a system, that rain will eventually cut into the ground, into the floor. You know, water's by far one of the most powerful elements around. I mean, eventually water just dripping in one place. I actually have it in my house. I have some gutters, but I don't have enough. And I actually have had pavers actually destroyed from water just dripping, you know, over and over and over and over and over for years. And it just literally burrowed a hole right through the paver. Just curious. I mean, it's a neat effect, I imagine, when it rains, but it doesn't seem like it would be. I just don't know why, if you're going to build all that, why you wouldn't have some kind of a gutter system.
Pass. Finally, claiming the top spot on our list is the mesmerizing Alhambra in Granada. This exceptional 13th century palace and fortress complex is a stunning example of Moorish architecture, with its intricately carved stonework, vibrant tiles, and lush gardens. Originally built as a military fortress, the Alhambra later became a royal palace and residence of the Nasrid dynasty. Wander through the Court of the Lions, the Hall of Ambassadors, and the enchanting Generalife Gardens to fully appreciate the beauty and history of this UNESCO World Heritage Site. Every corner of the Alhambra offers a breathtaking vista or a fascinating detail that showcases the incredible skill of the craftsmen who built this extraordinary.
I mean, if you've watched my videos, you know I'm into castles and cathedrals and structure and architecture and all that. So it's impressive to me that any building lasts more than a few hundred years, let alone a few thousand years. So, you know, when you see these buildings from the 10th and 11th and 12th century, it just blows my mind. We've gone over this. If you've watched my videos, I say it in every video, but I mean it. But then to just sit there and chisel out, you know, these patterns, which I assume were all, you know, by hand, I'm assuming. I mean, you certainly didn't have any power tools. Just to imagine, I mean, it's almost like it's not even a job. It would be them just dedicating their life to their beliefs. You know, that it was their job to be there 10, 12 hours a day, manually decorating, you know, this fortress, this palace. Just the amount of dedication, let alone labor, is mind-boggling. That's beautiful. It's hard to imagine today gathering up a few hundred people or 1,000 people and saying, hey, let's just build this and by hand. It may take us 10 years or 20 years or whatever, but it's going to be nice when it's done. It's amazing.
Extraordinary palace. As you stroll through the serene courtyards and elegant rooms, it's easy to imagine the opulent lives of the sultans who once called the Alhambra home. And there you have it, the top 5 Spanish castles every history fan should see. From the towering fortresses of Aragon to the enchanting palaces of Andalusia, these awe-inspiring structures offer a glimpse into the lives and battles of the past. So gather your traveling companions and set off on an unforgettable adventure through Spain's rich history.
Gonna do it. Gonna do it. Gonna go to Spain. Not gonna go first, I don't think. I think we're gonna go to the UK and then probably Germany, France. Italy will probably be before Spain. Probably do a cruise around Italy. I know, I know, I know. We like cruises. You know, it's a good way to dip our toe in without going full blown. I'm not a good traveler, I'll be honest with you. I have a traveler's stomach. I'm very anxious, anxiety. Can't carry a gun. So, anyway, what do you guys think? Are these 5 of the best castles? Let me know. And let me know if you have any cathedral videos. The one I did was great. You know, it had a lot of interior video and everything, and it just got blasted. So, I don't know. I'm trying. Just wish I would know ahead of time before I waste all my time. If you're new to my channel, it's anything and everything that interests me as an average middle-aged American. That includes learning about other countries and other cultures, talking about differences between Europe and America, sometimes defending America when I need to, about misinformation. That's it. Having conversations, you know, gathering a group of people from all over the world to discuss different things, travel tips, culture differences. It's really just an amazing situation that we're in. Doesn't cost any of us anything, you know, per se, and it allows people to have civil conversations with people that they'll, you know, would never meet in person. I love it. I love it. I'm not here for controversy. I'm here to learn, sometimes educate, and I'd appreciate it if you subscribed if you haven't already. Thumbs up goes a long way in the old algorithm, and comments get read and often replied to, even between subscribers. I've seen full-blown conversations in other languages, you know, with people talking, especially in Germany and Spain. You know, they're talking to each other about different things, even some of the political stuff. It's interesting. I learn something all the time. You know, most of my subscribers are European, which still surprises me, but eventually maybe some Americans will stop watching NASCAR and learn more about Europe. All right, that's it. End of video. Check out my other videos, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.